Short-Circuits with Marsha. This is week 3 of my Feeling Confident Wearing Less program. In the first 2 weeks we learned how to design a good plate. Half of the plate should be vegetables and the other half should be protein and fat. So the question is now, how many plates and what about snacking? So if your goal is to gain weight, you're going to want to maybe eat about 3 to 4 meals or plates a day. And if that's not working, if you're not getting towards your goal, you're going to add another plate in there. So maybe you'll be up to 5 plates a day. Now, if your goal is to lose weight, and I think that's why most of you are here, 2 to 3 plates a day is going to work very well for you. So you'd start with 3 plates, and if you're not getting any closer towards your goal, you could cut it back to 2 plates. Now, I know that doesn't sound like very much, but I'm sure that you can attest that if you are changing your diet from a diet of processed foods and lots of starchy carbohydrates, and now you're loading up half your plate with vegetables and the other half with protein and fat, that you're going to be doing much better and giving your body a lot more nutrients even if you're only having 2 plates. I am certainly not of that notion that 5 to 6 small meals is how we're going to achieve weight loss goals, because most of us really don't control our portions very well, nor do we feel very satisfied when we eat meals that small. That philosophy was based on the notion that your body produces heat when it eats in the process of thermogenesis, but most of us would consume more calories than we would burn off in that process. So I don't think that works at all. I think if you have 2 to 3 well thought out plates, just like the ones I've described in week 1 and week 2, then you should not be super hungry in between meals, and you shouldn't worry about dying in between meals anyway. Your body has reserves. We store fat as reserves, and the only way that we're going to get our bodies to tap into those reserves is if we get a little bit hungry. So it's okay to get a little bit hungry. Now, snacks, I think snacking is a term that's really made up by marketers, especially in North America. Snacks are not real food. And snacks are really just small meals. So if we're not doing the 5 to 6 small meals a day, that means we're not doing 3 meals and 2 snacks, or 3 meals and 3 snacks. So when you're trying to lose weight, I think snacking can get you into a whole lot of trouble. And if you think about what foods are labeled as snack foods, you know, there are a lot of processed foods, and I have no problem with you, maybe if you're super hungry, grabbing a piece of fruit and some nuts. But nuts, again, they're high in calories, so you have to watch that. I personally think that if you are really on a mission to lose weight, you should try not to have any snacks and just stick to those 2 to 3 plates a day. Now, if you're super hungry in between, I'm going to show you something that works really well. It's a protein shake. I also will sometimes use that protein shake as a meal replacement, and oftentimes if I've done a hard workout and I know I'm not going to have a plate for a while, even if I'm only having 2 plates a day, I'll throw an additional protein shake in there. So let's take you through how I make my protein shake. For my protein shake, I always start with a liquid. You could use coconut water, regular milk. I like to use almond milk. And I'm going to pour about 8 ounces of almond milk here. So I'm just going to, I've got to see what I'm doing. So 8 ounces of almond milk. I'm going to add a nice big handful of spinach. Just make it easy on myself. I get the pre-washed spinach, organic of course. A couple bunches. I'm going to add my berries. Once again, I try to use organic where possible. And I didn't talk about wild caught fish last time, but wherever possible you want to buy wild caught fish, and also grass-fed beef, and we'll talk about that next week because we're dealing with inflammation next week. Alright, so I've got my berries, my spinach, my liquid. I want to have a little bit of fat, so I'm going to put in a few walnuts, and of course I've got protein powder. So you know, you can use plant-based protein powder. That's, you know, pea powder, hemp powder. There's all kinds of great plant-based protein powder out there. A lot of people think that's superior. I really don't mind. I'm happy with the whey. And gonna blend it all up here. got your protein in it, it's got your vegetables, your good fats, and this will hold you over until that next plate. Next week we'll be talking about inflammation, which is really critical in terms of lifestyle disease, but also in terms of fat loss. So make sure you come back and check it out. Cheers!